us now is Bianca Bryant and Professor Chris Kobus, the Assistant Director of Outreach and Retention at Oakland University and the Director of Outreach, Recruitment, and Retention as well, and a professor in the Mechanical Engineering program, where Oakland University's School of Engineering and Computer Sciences were recently recognized for providing outstanding STEM education for K through 12 students in area school districts. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Our pleasure.
Appreciate having you on. So tell us about some of the outreach programs that you are providing right now for K through 12 schools, and what do those kind of look like when you are providing them?
Yeah, so Chris, I'll actually go ahead and let you go over kind of what we've done in the past, and we can go ahead then and kind of talk about what we've been doing given the pandemic.
Sure.
Yeah, so before the lockdown, everything was face-to-face, hands-on, student-centered, and we have programs that go span the entire summer. So during summer, these are week-long camps that roughly are the same time as typical school days, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we offer a variety of different flavors there, ranging from computer science to robotics to mechanical engineering, analog and digital circuits, microprocessor design, a lot of coding classes. And so we have students that come on board and they're with us for most of those 10 weeks in the summer. And it's a pretty full summer program. So we get upwards of 1,000 students coming through our program every summer. And then during the school year, of course, we can't run the equivalent of a K through 12 school. That's not our role. But we do host STEM field trips. So we partner with schools and school districts, and they bus kids in 90 at a time, mostly in the 4th grade. And you might be wondering why the 4th grade. That's a grade where the curriculum is kind of centered towards bread and butter STEM topics. What is energy? What is a force in motion? Mm-hmm. Those types of things. So it's a perfect in for us. And what we do is we partner with the schools by communicating with the teachers that are going to be coming with their classes. And we ask them, where are you in the curriculum? Lay out the kinds of possibilities for hands-on projects that the students can do while they're here. And the teachers get to pick something that helps them reach their objectives. Something that adds a hands-on element to the things that they're learning in class. So we've kind of become kind of an hands-on enrichment program for a lot of the teachers that are teaching these subjects. So we host about around 3,000 students come through during a school year in the fall and in the winter on these field trips, pre-lockdown, of course. In addition, we do Saturday programs, mostly partnering with the Detroit area pre-college engineering program. So we have underrepresented students that come every Saturday for about half a day. We give them some snacks and we give them a good hands-on educational experience. So we have educational partners, Detroit area pre-college engineering program, or DAPSEP is one, Engineering Society of Detroit, Michigan Women Forward, and others that we create special programming for their students, try to encourage them to consider a STEM career, and to get there, of course, a STEM academic pathway.
And so,
go ahead.
Please go ahead.
No, I was just going to also add, and then recently what we've had to do is we've transitioned all of those programs that Dr. Kobus had talked about to a virtual platform during the pandemic. And so that is where kind of this whole award process kind of got into place, is being able to transition developmentally appropriate programs for K through 12.
We're joined by Bianca Bryant and Professor Chris Kobus, joining us from the Outreach and Retention program at Oakland University for their School of Engineering and Computer Sciences, who are going around to different STEM outreach programs that they're providing to K through 12 students all throughout the local area. And so, Bianca, why is it important to go to these K through 12 schools and have that early intervention where you're providing this look into STEM fields and into all the different varieties of activities that kids can participate in, and learning opportunities and potential career opportunities? Why is it so important to get that in front of them so early?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think anybody could probably agree with me here is STEM is not going away, right? This is definitely the future and it's currently the present, right? A lot of times, and unfortunately, children sometimes can not necessarily cling to the math and the sciences as easy as maybe some others, right? Especially our underrepresented minorities. And so what we do is we're able to provide a fun, interactive program of activities for kids. A lot of times they're not even realizing they're learning STEM, right? We're making roller coasters, we're talking about the human body, and then going over, velocity and going over the, calibrations and things of that nature. So we want to do it at a young age to get the children acclimated, to already get them excited about it. And that way, as they're going on throughout their education, right, it's no more daunting. It's something you're already familiar with throughout your education.
And so then, Bianca, you mentioned earlier some of the efforts that were taken by your program to continue that STEM outreach during the pandemic. What were some of those ways in which that was continued and during the pandemic, and how does that add to this STEM education? But what other challenges does it also present to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to right off the bat tell you a challenge. And that is one of the biggest perks of being a part of our STEM initiatives at Oakland University is to bring the kids to campus. A lot of the children who participate are first generation college students. A lot of the children are underrepresented minorities, or they've never known anyone who's gone to college, right? And so being able to come to a lab and be in an actual engineering center is something that we just can't copy, right? So that is definitely the biggest challenge. But what we did do is we went ahead and we tried to bring as much as we can into the home, right? So we made sure to send any materials that we had, depending on what the camp was, to that child. And then via Zoom, we would actually go one-on-one with a personal TA to show them how to go ahead and put that science experiment or that project together in that manner. We made sure to also send swag, right? So stuff from Oakland University, we made sure to kind of keep them engaged every single day, no matter the situation. And then hopefully, now that we're hopefully on the upswing of things, we'll go ahead and we'll still reach out to come for campus now for 2022 for summer camps.
And then either of you, what are some of the outreach programs that are coming up soon, so that parents and that kids that may be interested in this for themselves or for their children can keep an eye out and then maybe even register to participate in some of these?
Yeah, Chris, do you want to?
Yeah, I think the thing that parents and students want to sign up for is, of course, the summer camps.
Yeah.
And a lot of parents are looking forward to getting back to face-to-face. So that's going to be an opportunity. We also have at the end of January, SECS Day, that's School of Engineering Computer Science Day. And that's typically aimed at high school students that are looking at colleges. So it's a day where we open our labs, all the faculty are hands on deck, and you get to spend some time with us. We take you through our entire program. We host parents and potential OU students just for that one day. So that's coming online now. Registration is open for that. Mm-hmm. So those are two opportunities where parents sign up. For things like field trips, that's typically done with school districts, not with the parents directly. We communicate with the schools and the school districts for that.
Yes. And also any community partners or nonprofit programs as well.
We're joined by Bianca Bryant and by Professor Chris Kobus. They're joining us from Oakland University School of Engineering and Computer Sciences, where they are respectively the Assistant Director of Outreach and Retention and the Director of Outreach, Recruitment, and Retention for that program. And you were recently recognized with an engagement award from the University Professional and Continuing Education Association. Tell us a little bit about that recognition and how that came about.
Yeah, so that kind of came about essentially through a few projects that Dr. Kobus has been a part of since 2011, 2012, right? And the biggest thing here is we want to ensure that we're engaging our underrepresented students, our underrepresented minorities, especially in STEM. Research has shown and data has shown we do not have enough women in STEM. We do not have enough visual minorities in STEM, right? And so Dr. Kobus, from an early on, that has been his priority. So he has gone out to Pontiac, he has gone out to Detroit areas to get students to come to our summer camps, and not just come and participate, but he provides scholarships for these students, meaning that it is free of charge for those students to participate in these programs. And so through that engagement award, it's honestly, it is definitely an honor, but it's just something that we do on a regular basis, and just try to encourage students to get into STEM and to not be disheartened by the math and the sciences, right? So it's been definitely, though, an honor to be a part of that organization.
And Professor Kobus, anything else that would be important for our audience, either parents or students or school organizations that may be interested in engaging in some of these programs? Anything else that would be important for them to know at this time?
Yeah, for the parents especially, the one thing that I would point out is our first priority is not to deliver STEM content, but to keep the kids safe.
Yes.
So all the years that this program has been running, we have very strict student to facilitator ratios. Mm-hmm. All of our staff goes through a background check, and we've never lost a student. And we have hundreds of students every day, for instance, in the summer coming on campus. So the first priority, and I instill this in my staff, is keep the kids safe, account for them. After that, that's when we get into delivering STEM content. The other thing I would do is I'd circle back to your earlier question about engaging kids in STEM. And the younger we can engage them, the better. One of the things that I have seen all the years that I've been doing this is that in the STEM summer camps, it's about a 50-50 male-female ratio. By the time you get to high school, it's mostly guys.
Yeah.
So that's part of why we try to engage the younger students as much as possible, because in high school, for one thing, they're kind of set on an academic path already. If I get a senior excited about engineering and they haven't had an academic path that is basically a pre-engineering, they're not going to be college ready. That doesn't mean they can't still succeed. They can still come to college, but they're going to be in some remediation for a time, maybe a semester or two. But if you get excited about it, say in 6th grade, 7th grade, elementary school, middle school, now you set an academic path such that you will be college ready for a STEM discipline. And that's a whole lot better, because then that would eliminate any need for remedial classes. You can just go right into biology curriculum, chemistry curriculum, engineering, etc.
And Bianca, where can people find more information about this program if they want to learn more, or if they want to sign up for some of these outreach programs?
Yeah, absolutely. So what they want to do is they want to go to oakland.edu/outreach, I believe, right, Chris? SECS outreach. We will be having the actual sign up for summer camps taking place here, hopefully by early February. Summer camp does fill up pretty fast, so be on the lookout for that, everybody. We try to make space where we can, but those do fill up fast, especially our ground robotics, where you actually get to work with vehicles and all of that nature. So, but they can also reach out to me as well if they have any questions, and that is Bianca Bryant, and my email would be bbryant@oakland.edu, and I'd be more than happy to talk to somebody about how to get registered, and if they just want to be on a listserv as well.
Well, Bianca, Professor, thanks for being with us today.
Very
Thank you so
welcome.
much.